What is going on, guys? Welcome to a new live stream. I am very, very sorry I haven't posted anything in 2 weeks. Just been getting stuff ready and stuff for what's been going on. Just keeping myself nice and clear and looking after the people around me, basically. So, what's going on? I thought I'd jump on here, start doing Q&As, etc. It's bloody hot in here. Oh, the heating's not even on. I'm gonna open this door. How's everybody doing? Open that door. Yo, 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 yo. Diogo, Suresh, Nordine, Sheehan, Daniela, Josh, Derish, how you doing? Josh says, how's lockdown life? Lockdown life is boring, mate. If it wasn't for Xbox, then I don't know what, well, and exercise, I don't know what I would be doing with myself, to be honest. I've got my girlfriend here. She's pregnant, so if you didn't know. And yeah, she's, we're just trying to stay active and yeah, just sort of keep our sanity, I suppose. But it's everywhere, isn't it? The whole world's going through the same thing, so yeah. I'm gonna go through everybody. If you've got any questions, give me a shout about tattooing or whatever. I've got a new video on Patreon coming tomorrow. Spent that. I edited that, and I'm gonna post it tomorrow, being Monday. Just enjoyed the weather today, which was good. It's 22 in London today, so it's quite warm. Omid, how are you doing? Mizael, Jonah Conaway, are you a self-taught tattoo artist? I am self-taught. I didn't go through any apprenticeship at all. Yeah. Seth says there is a lockdown in South Africa. It's just going crazy, man. It's mental. What's your toilet roll situation? Says Joey Bowie Tattoo. Yeah, it's fine, man. There's stuff in the supermarkets now. There's no crazy panic buying. It's all been rationed off in London. London's being hit pretty hard at the minute by this virus. So yeah, no, the toilet roll's fine. Toilet roll's fine. Daniela, hi, all you from Germany. One of the last guys that I tattooed actually did come down with it, and his whole family did as well. So that was crazy. It just goes to show that it's so close to home, you know. But I haven't had any symptoms and stuff like that, so I was, you know, I don't think I had it. It was I think it was the guy that I posted last on here with the 3 days tattooing. Obviously 3 days being tattooed is going to weaken your immune system. He had the days off of work for the rest of the week, and obviously he still went in because he needed the money. So went in and yeah, basically contracted the virus. So yeah, not good. But he's fine now. He's all good. It took about a week to get over it. Jonathan Garcia, hello mate from Orlando, Florida. Nordine Alia says, what's your astrology sign? Taurus. Donald Johnson, miss tattooing, man. Mate, same. I haven't tattooed in weeks and I miss it so much. It's quite nice to give my mind a break because I was working a lot. But yeah, I just miss doing something every day, really. Do you know what I mean? Rizal Roman says, hey. Jonah Conaway, read that one. Filiberto Castro, what's up, man? Paul Glowinski, how are you, mate? How is everything? Sean James, what's going on? Daniela says, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. I'm not too bad, just keeping active, trying to stay sane. I definitely couldn't spend every day inside. It's just ridiculous. Like, obviously, when I am going out, I'm social distancing myself, not going near anybody, just staying close to well, to myself, and not mixing with anybody, and just going out, going for a run or going cycling, then coming back, washing, and that's it. And that's all you have to do, man. But I think they're going to stop people from going out all together now, because the virus is, it's about 1,000 people a day are dying now in London, so it's crazy. Tattoo Junkies, hello. Jonathan Garcia, read that one. Paul Galvin, just sat down to tattoo Real Skin and this pops up, boom. Sweet, man. Yeah, no, Real Skin's nice, to be fair. Real Skin is good stuff. Alfie Gilmer says, big game coming on strong, Oliver and corrections from the baby. Cheers, mate. And yeah, I'm slowly growing it out. I don't know how I feel about it. It's getting thicker, but I might, I cut a bloody chunk in my beard the other day, so I'm missing a bit there, but yeah, no, it's coming on strong. I think I'll probably grow it for another month, 2. See how it goes. David Lee says, would it be too much to ask for some tips on tattooing because I'm having trouble? Yeah, mate, just have a look through my through my videos. But if you want to ask a question now, feel free to ask while I'm live. I can answer anything you need to know. Daniel Phillips says, hi man, hope you're doing well with everything going on. Love your videos. Hope to see you back in the studio soon. Cheers for that compliment, mate. Hope you're doing well as well. Stay safe. Shirish Dollar says, how was your day? It was good. It's pretty chilled. Literally just enjoyed the sun on my balcony. It was 22 here in London, like I said earlier, and it was nice to just have some warm weather, to be fair. Sat out there, had a couple ciders. Yeah, it's good. What on earth was that? I just watched that film as well, Contagion. That's weird. It's a very strange film. It was on Netflix, and it was I think it was the 4th most watched one today or something. And yeah, it just put into perspective like this whole thing, because it's very similar. It come from China and stuff like that. It's like mad similarities about what's going on. It's pretty much exactly the same thing. It's weird. So I am going down these questions as much as I can. Hey, Charles Black says, hey mate, good to see you're all okay and not infected, keeping yourself safe. Would you recommend for stencil solution? I use Nico Hurtado's Anchored. That's pretty good. Or stencil stuff's really good as well. Yeah, that's all I use really. Either stencil stuff or Nico Hurtado's Anchored. It's pretty good. I just like to do 2 small coats of it. Adam Scott says, do you reckon tattooists will be able to work again next month or 2? Optimistic? Nah, there's no way. In the UK, there's no way. I think this is going to go on personally for, I mean, the cases are still rising like rapidly as well. Like last week, they're only rising about 100 a day, and now they're going up 1,000 a day. So deaths, that's deaths. I don't think I'll be tattooing past September. I really think it's going to go on for another 5 months, this, which is crazy. I think they'll lift a couple bans, and they will notice the rise going up. As soon as it starts to come, because it's obviously going up, peaking, and as soon as it starts to come down, they'll start lifting bans and saying, yeah, it's sweet, we've got it under control, and then it will start going back up again, because people will be socializing and stuff, and then they'll just lock it down again. So I really think it's going to be a while yet, which sucks, but what can you do? I might actually start tattooing my flatmate from my house. That's always an option. Obviously, he's in the same household, so I could do that. Start posting videos, but I need to go to the studio. But there's police, like, obviously stopping people, asking where you're going and stuff. So I just saw a policeman go past, which reminded me. So yeah, it's crazy, man. People stopping you, police stopping you and stuff. Yeah, mad, fucking mental. This year was going to be a big traveling year for me as well. Philip 211089 says, greets from Austria. Stay safe. I love your style. Thank you very much, mate. Thanks for that. Matt Wilkes says, would love to show you the first tattoo I did and have your opinion on it. Yeah, mate. If you go over to my Patreon, there's like a Discord account thing where I can see everybody's. You can post like video tattoos and stuff in there, and get like we've got like a nice community there, and get like a view on stuff, and I can see it. And if you wanted to show me anything, you can just post it on there, and I'll see it. Sorry, news just came up on my phone. Hold on. Get some 8383 said, what tattoo pen would you recommend for a extremely broke gal like me? I have gotten the Dragonhawk mask and the Atom, but sent back the Atom. I'm waiting on the mask tour to arrive, but I'm just unsatisfied. Yeah, to be honest, the mask tour pen's good. It's not good. I can't really explain. I don't really want to like dish dirt on it, but it's good for certain things. It's not a good all-rounder machine. I'm still yet to. I really wanted to buy the Cheyenne pen. What's that? Not Cheyenne. Yeah, actually they've got a new one I saw on their website. It's the one which I really want to do a review about, because I'm a bit skeptical about it, to be honest. The Cheyenne pen, where you hold, it's like completely wireless, and then you have to hold it like horizontal and then tilt it up to go up in volts, and then tilt it down to go down in volts. And I'm just thinking, like, it's very, very gimmicky. Like, it might work amazing, but when it comes to like precision and stuff, like, how do you know how fast it is and stuff? Do you know what I mean? But without using it, I don't know. I can't really say. But it just seems really gimmicky. I don't know how much it is either. If it's like £1,000, that's just ridiculous. Like, I just definitely wouldn't buy that. Yeah, but going back to Dragonhawk Master Tour pen, I had the Pro one, and it was good for certain things. It was good for packing in and for lining, but it just wasn't. It just didn't have a motor that was strong enough to push bigger needles. Smaller needles like 3-round liners were good. Smash them in. It was a really, really nice machine to line with a 3-round, which is normally the liner I use. But it was just didn't really feel like it had some oomph behind it, and it was all to do with the motor. And I did because they sent me one out to try and review, and I did the review, and they liked the review, and I said, look, like, if you wanted to work together, let me input my views and my thoughts on it, and let's try and make a tattoo machine that, you know, I could potentially collaborate with you. And they haven't got back. They just said, yeah, cheers, thanks, no thanks. So I was like, yeah, whatever, it's cool. Do you, innit? Are you doing one-to-one seminar after quarantine? Don't know. I'll probably just be tattooing people. I'll just be tattooing people, clients, really. I'm probably gonna limit myself to, because I still think after all this has gone on, I think they're gonna say that it's if you've ever heard of herd immunity, then you'll understand what I think that's what they're going to do. So I think they're going to say, yeah, it's on the decline, it's on the decline, but they're really going to infect people to try and herd immune people. So they're going to try and infect people, basically, just so we're immune to it. And that's what a lot of people have said as well. So Mizael Roman has sent a super chat. Thanks for the donation, mate. And he says, any way of purchasing a design from you? Yeah, you can purchase designs from me. It's not really something I do. But as soon as all this is done and gone, I suppose, all this quarantine thing, because it's just crazy. Depends on the design. I've got loads of designs on my laptop and stuff that I could essentially sort of put out, but it's I was thinking about doing a book, to be fair. I was thinking about doing like a book of designs that you can all like just purchase, but it would be like a project that I would want to to do properly, you know, like go over it and fine tooth comb it, if that's the same. Dwell Steve says, did not trust the tattoo and the corona. Nah, I'm just not. As soon as this started getting more and more, another police just went by. Yeah, no. As soon as this started going a bit crazy, I just stopped tattooing and moved loads of clients and just, yeah. Josh Derish says plans on coming to Canada. Yeah, I'm coming, definitely. Really want to come to Canada. I've heard it's very nice. It's one of the places that I really did want to go because I follow a couple people from there. The Hawkink CNC Q2 short pen is good and not expensive, way better than Master pen in my opinion. Well, Russell Taylor, I'm sure if I can get my hands on one, I'd love to try it out. If there are any people that do want to send me anything to try out and review, I'll put an address in my in the description, maybe not my personal one and probably not my studio one, but I'll put an address where you can send stuff to, which would be cool to do reviews on. The Mast ain't good. The Atom you sent back is actually a good machine. That was from Royston Bose. Again, it all depends. I actually got a message from someone saying that they bought the Mast Tour Pro Pen on my recommendations of it, and then got really angry with me when they bought it, even though it's not expensive. And they basically said that they were angry at me because I'd recommended something to them that it was really bad. And I was like, but everyone tattoos differently, so whatever works for me is not necessarily going to work for you. But I gave my pros and cons on the machine. I said it wasn't good to shade with because it just hit too hard. It was good to line and pack colour in, and that's literally it. But again, it's not, in terms of a tattoo machine, it's not up there with, it's nowhere near as good as the Inkjector, and nowhere near as good as companies like that, because it's cheaply made, and it's for cheaply made. Like if you're doing fine line stuff, like I think his name's Dr. Wu. I think it's Dr. Wu that he does real like one line stuff like that. That machine would be perfect for, because it pushes single needles and 3 round needles with ease, and that's it. You know, dots, sweet to do dots. It's good for certain styles of tattoos. If you want to do crazy realistic pieces, it's going to be shit. Which I said in my review. Yeah, I've heard of, I saw a comment a minute ago that asked me about the FK Irons one. Yeah, have you seen the new wireless FX1 Inkjector machine? Yeah, it's the Inkjector, not the FK. Yeah, no, Donald Johnson said that. Yeah, I haven't seen that, to be honest. I haven't even been keeping up with different machines coming out. Do you know what I mean? It's just something I haven't really been looking to keep up with, but I really want to start doing reviews and stuff. I want to use a machine. I want to acquire a machine, new machine, popular machine that people could use as like an everyday thing for various different styles, and give my review on it for a week, try it out for a week, and then sort of see what works good for me and what works good for my style, and then just give it a review, I suppose. But again, it's all personal opinion. You don't have to take gospel for my word, you know. I tattoo a certain way. I've worked with people that tattoo very heavy-handed and make people pass out and stuff, and I'm very light on the skin. I layer it up. Apart from, I've heard that, you know, my wiping's quite harsh, but It's I wipe. It's because the inks I use, I do wipe with a dry cloth a lot of the time, but it's because I don't want my stencil to come off. Basically, that's the only thing. And if it's a complex piece like a portrait, I'll 9 times out of 10 wipe with a a dry cloth. Obviously, I'm not gonna, if they say can you wet the cloth and stuff, then of course you wet the cloth and you keep them comfortable, But it's gonna hurt exactly the same, really. The tattoo I did on the collarbones of the guy, I think this is the last video I uploaded. I saw a lot of comments saying, bloody hell, you wiping that, I felt his pain, etc, etc. Like, even if I was wiping with a fucking damp cloth, it's gonna hurt exactly the same. Trust me, I've got mine done as well. It's fucking horrific. It's horrible. So whatever cloth you're gonna wipe, and that was the third day. So people that were sending hate messages and stuff, I was like, fuck me, you have no idea. But yeah. LIC Ernesto MM says your white ink preferred is my preferred white ink is. I've used a few. I like dynamic white, just because I like dynamic inks. I do like Fusion white. I can't remember the exact name, but all Fusion inks are nice. The white ones. The Bob Tyrell one, I'm not sure if that's Fusion or if that's Radiant. Don't know. Radiant are good. Fusion are good. And Dynamic, that's the only ones I've used. I've used Eternal White Knight, that's good as well. So Tatted Down Jar says, how do I get onto your Patreon account? You can go to my Patreon account via www.patreon.com/Oliver. Yeah. You should make a Patreon account so people can donate money so you can get certain machines and review them, because your information you're given for free is worth it. That's a good idea. I've never thought about that. That was Donald Johnson. Yeah, that would be good, actually. I might put a little donation. I think you can add tiers to it, where you can add tiers and then sort of get... sort of donate whatever you want to donate, really, and then as soon as I've got enough money to buy that certain machine, or I'll do like a poll maybe and see what the machine would be the most wanted reviewed, and then I could buy it, use it, and then maybe sell it to someone if they wanted to do it. Anto B says, I use Black Dynamic. Yeah, it is good. Ernesto MM does, he says, I use Well Famous white ink. Yeah, Well Famous ink is good, to be fair. Did you use Bob Tyrell set grey? No, I didn't. I only used, that's from Anto B. I only used the white from Bob Tyrell. John Doe says, can you recommend what gloves you use? Mine are shit quality. I don't even know what they are now. They're just large black latex gloves, but I'm not sure what they are. Let's have a look. Another problem with Dragonhawk Chinese machines is the quality of the components and manufacturing. One can be very good and the next can be... Yeah, that was from Royston Bow. Says, another problem with Dragonhawk Chinese machines is the quality of the components and manufacturing. One can be very good and the next can be very shit. Yeah, well... I'll take your word for that. To be honest, the one that I got was pretty deep. Well, it was good in terms of how it ran and stuff. But yeah, if they're like mass producing these things and not going over them like sort of like a handmade sort of artist would, with like care and detail, just to mass produce them, then I suppose the quality will be bad on a couple of machines, or a few of them. But yeah, it is sad, really. It is sad. I did want to work with someone to create the perfect machine for me, and sort of maybe bring it out for sale at a later date. you know, would be really cool. But yeah, still just going to use. Let's have a look. I'm going to go up further up these comments because I've missed a load. So bear with me, guys. Please smash a like on the video as well. That would be massive for me in this video. Here we go. I'm back at the start. The beard comments. Sharish Dollar, Melissa Hills, hello. Russ Tam, can't read that. I think that's German. But hello. Hello, Russ Tam. Daniel says, are you tattooing yourself? I have tattooed myself before, yes. Let me turn this brightness up. It's better. Yes, I have tattooed myself. Matt Wilkes says, do you ever get nervous before doing a tattoo? I don't anymore, no. You have to go with it in confidence, I think. I used to, but then the more tattoos you do, the more used to getting out of sticky situations. I get nervous when I start a portrait, say, and I know when the stencil's going to come off and it's rubbing off easily, and then I think, shit, I now need to think methodically about this, because if I carry on going the way I'm going, it's gonna end up rubbing off, and then I'm gonna be screwed. So then you get the important details in first, like the eyes, nose, mouth, hair. You can sort of freestyle if you know what you're doing, but try not to, I suppose. And then that's when I start not wetting my cloth as much, because it preserves the stencil. Obviously, green soap will just wipe the stencil off if it's not a very good, if it's not a very strong stencil, and I start to then just like use a dry towel and then just dab it, sort of, to prevent the stencil from coming off too much. But if it's a bad stencil, it's a bad stencil. You know, you just have to try and go with it. Jacob, hey, did you try Dragonhawk Mask Pen? Is comparable with Shea Machines, let's say? No way. Shea Machines are far superior. Shea Machines are very, very, very good machines. I love Shea Machines. Shea Machines were one of my first machines I ever got. I got a Bishop Pro. I got a Bishop V2. Is it a V2 or V1? I can't even remember what it was. But it's one of the first machines, well, first couple machines they made. And Bishop are so good. Bishop machines run real nice. And then I got a Shein Spirit Hawk, I think. Yeah, Spirit Hawk. And yeah, Shein's just so good. I would say the best cheap machine, really, start out machine, if you wanted to get something that was to do anything within reason, I would get a Shein Spirit Hawk or Thunder, because they're very good machines, and they're affordable as well. Bit more expensive than the Mast, but definitely yeah. Terribly bored, getting a lot of practice down here in OK. Congrats on the baby. Thanks. Get some 8383. Stay safe and do some dang tattooing. I need some help. Yeah, same. I would love to start tattooing again. Trust me. Power says, good to see you're healthy, bro. Yeah, hope you're healthy as well, mate. Thank you very much. Mark Haver says, hi, I'm trying to get better with my tattoos. Just keep practicing, man. It's going to come. This virus is killing the tattoo industry. Donald Johnson. Yeah, well, it's not going to kill it. It's just going to be hard to carry on, I suppose. Chucky the Outcome says, can I ask a question about tattooing? Yeah, mate, ask in the comments. Willis Buell says, hi, I'm just wondering, are you doing one-to-one seminar? Of course, after quarantine. Yeah, I read that one. Yeah, I'm just going to probably keep to my clients. I think I'm lagging. I'm sorry if it lags. Yeah, I'm sorry if it lags. I've had friends whose brother died from it at age 36. Yeah, it's mental. A lot of people are saying it's just the old people that are dying, etc., and we don't have to worry. But again, it's still sad for old people, and young people are dying from it. So you just have to be very, very, very careful. Reyes Campos says, "I am self-taught and stay inside. Stay inside." Reyes Campos says, "I'm self-taught. 2, how do I get licensed for that apprenticeship?" You have to go through your council. If you're in America, I'm not sure, but in the UK, you have to go through council and you have to have a registered building. Daniel Villalpando says, "Do you have portrait tattoos on video so I can see them? A client wants one, and it will be my first." A little nervous, buddy. Yeah, I do. On my Patreon, I've got a complete walkthrough of a Frank Sinatra portrait I did. It's about 4 or 5 videos, I think, on there. Yeah, I think it's 5 videos from start to finish. You can go onto my Patreon, subscribe, and view all the content that I've got on there, including that video. I'm currently uploading a lion one as well. So let's keep going down the... Josh G says, "How long do you think we can tattoo again? Until we can tattoo?" Months. I would say months, mate. I really would. Would it be safe to tattoo a family member if you live together? Yeah, I think so. As long as you're not going out mixing with people from a different household and you're only seeing people from your household, then that's fine. As long as they're not ill. Yeah. Tips on not... so Josh Derris says, "Tips on not letting the needles snag the skin. I find sometimes my needle snags. I put the needles back, but then find I have trouble putting ink in." Yeah, so you want to stretch the skin. It depends on what part of the skin you're doing. Normally on forearms and stuff like that, it's quite tight skin, so it's not going to snag. Places like this where the skin's a bit more loose, and around the elbow as well, can snag a bit. But you just want to try and stretch your skin as much as possible. Up here as well, here can tend to snag because it's quite stretchy skin. But yeah, you just want to try and stretch the skin as much as possible. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Secure Team 11 says, "Please say hi, Vader." Hello, Vader. Hope you're all safe. Hope you all are safe, Vader and co. Secure Team 11. Did you definitely stop? Chow Lonkey says, "Did you definitely stop using Injector, and why?" I just got mine. I think so. Yeah, no, I still use it. I've been using the FK Spectra Edge X, just because I don't know, I just love the feel of it for some reason, and I went back to it after about 1.5 years from not using it, just trying different machines, and because obviously, you know, I thought, you know, maybe there's a better machine out there, so I bought another machine, and then I bought another one. I saw other people using it and thought, well, let's give that a try. Saw their work and thought, oh, maybe I can up my work, and got different machines to use, and just thought, you know what, I love this machine, or I don't like this machine, and then I sold it and stuff like that. So I found that Inkject was really nice, and then I went back to the Spectra Edge X, and I liked it. I really liked it again, and I was like, fucking hell, I love this machine. And then I thought, why the hell did I stop using this machine? Because it's just so good for my sort of style. But yeah, the Inkject is so good. It's just too... I feel like a tattoo machine shouldn't have so many different settings on it, because it can get really confusing, and I can get really confused with how I set up a machine. And if there's about 50 different ways to, well, I'd say 50, I'd say like easily 20 different ways to tune the inkjector. It's just it's hard. It's hard to know what you're doing and what not to do. I'm just looking at my thing. Would you go with the Shane Unlimited? I think the Shane Unlimited is the pen that I saw, the one where you have to point it up to put the volts up and then point it down to turn down the volts. I don't know about that. I thought that was really gimmicky. And to say that it's powered off of batteries, I think, fuck me, that's so, that's a lot to go wrong. I've had like and it's batteries like this. I'll show you an example. It's batteries. I used to vape, right? I don't think I've got it in here, but I used to vape. And do you know the vape, the big vape pens that you can get with the batteries that you have to actually take out and then put it into an actual battery charger? The amount of batteries that I used to go through because they were just faulty or they just didn't want to charge anymore and stuff like that. They look exactly the same. So I was a bit skeptical, but I'd love to get hold of a machine and try it. Yeah, that's it. Tyler Romero. Yeah, that's the one. And they even have they even have the ones that they that yeah, they have the same like charger thing that they put in as well. So yeah, it's mad. Absolutely mental. Someone just said, what dye do you use for your eyebrows? I have no idea, but I do dye my eyebrows because I have no eyebrows if I don't dye them. They are bright blonde and I look like, do you know when you used to do like pranks as a kid and you used to shave your mates eyebrows off and it just makes it look, you just make like they look nuts. I remember coming into school and a bunch of my mates shaved each other's eyebrows off at a party they went to, and they came into school and I was like, what the hell? It's crazy. But yeah, no, I do. I don't know what dye it is, but yeah, I don't really care. And my beard, yeah, I've dyed my beard. Normally it's ginger, but I thought, well, it looks dark on it. It's not as dark in real life. But it is pretty dark. It's a light brown, I think, or a medium brown or something. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. Eat bacon and drink hot water strengthens the lungs. I've heard bacon gives you worms, mate. I've heard all pork gives you worms. Yeah. But it could anything could. I've heard there's a lot of vitamin C. If you do a lot of vitamin C, that can help as well. That's what I heard off of the news. But let's have a look at Adam Scott's question. I've just heard someone say Adam Scott question. So let's have a look at Adam Scott's question. Hi, Vader. Can't see it. Adam Scott, please ask again if you're still watching. Can you show the gloves? I haven't got the gloves here. I'm not at my studio. Yeah, I would love to show you the gloves I use. I sometimes use nitrile gloves or I sometimes use latex gloves, depending. If someone's got a latex allergy, then I'll use nitrile, obviously, because you don't want to give them a reaction. But yeah. How hard is it to get, this is from David CH, how hard is it to get an apprenticeship nowadays, and how good does the drawing level need to be? Or is learning the tattoo technique the most important? Yeah, I would say obviously drawing helps. Drawing on paper is nothing compared to tattooing. I don't care how good you are at drawing. It doesn't mean that you can become a good tattooist. But what it does mean is that if you're good at drawing, you value lights and shadows and stuff like that really well, which is a massive step forward for someone that doesn't know about that and has to learn that whilst tattooing it. That will sort of give you a head start if you are good at drawing and you do study drawing and stuff. It will give you values of lights and shadows and dark areas and stuff on your piece you're trying to do. It's really hard to explain, but yeah. I've just seen Prime Minister Boris Johnson's just been admitted to hospital because he's got coronavirus. Bloody hell. Hope he's all right. It's horrible, man. This virus is horrible. My ho says, using your videos, I tuned up a Dragon Hawk and put a pretty sweet Hello Kitty on my leg. Sweet, cool. I think you said using a Dragon Hawk. Yeah, that's cool. I'd like to see that. Charles Battle, our technique's same when using the rotary pen as it is for core machines. I don't think so. I've tried to use core machines. I mean, it is. I suppose it is. I suppose the techniques it is, but the way you hold it, it's a lot heavier in your hand. So you just have to be careful of the weight difference because coil machines do tend to be heavier. But in terms of techniques, they're exactly the same. I would tattoo exactly the same as I would with a rotary to a coil, with obviously the brush and the pendulum motions and the stipple and stuff. I think stipple would be probably a bit different, but yeah, it depends on how because coil machines you have to tune them right. I think I've got a liner and a shader here. Actually, I've got them here. I think I've showed you all before, but these are from Norm, bless his soul. He's passed away last year now, but I've got these from him, so these are a bit special. This is I can't remember which is which. I think this is the shader and this is the liner. Let's have a look. I think this is the shader, I think. So I've got this core machine from Norm. It's got N in the middle there. It's got Louis Vuitton print on it, which is quite cool. Yeah, this is the shader from him, 2017. It's got his signature on it. And then I've got a same one as a pair, liner and a shader. They're really cool machines. This is, 2018. This was made a year after. But yeah, no, they are really cool machines. I think that's the shader actually, and that's the liner. They're really cool machines to use. You just have to be careful on how they hit and stuff and the voltages and stuff, but I don't really tend to know too much about core machines. You do have to get used to them, to say the least. The same techniques would apply though, using those machines to rotary, I think. Big Boy Builds and Reviews says, my eldest daughter has caught coronavirus as well, but she is an NHS nurse, so been on the front line. Yes, it's crazy, man. I really hope she's all right. I really do. And I do just want to say thank you to the NHS staff as well for being on the front line, battling this virus. You know, the least we can do is stay inside and help not spread it around. You know, I've just been I've literally been going out to exercise once a day and to get shopping. That's literally it. That's all I've done. And I went to the studio the other day to get some sanitizer. So that's it. Ran out here, so I had to go to the studio and grab some. And that's it. So it's crazy. And thank you to all the NHS staff that are. Okay, back to NHL 20, lol. Love the vids and keep them coming. Thanks, Peter Kane. Love NHL 20. I love NHL games. They're so sick. I've yet to watch a hockey game, actually. I need to. Matt Wilkes, hi mate, sent you a message on Discord. Let me know what you think. Yeah, man, I will be sure to go and check that out for sure. Thank you for that. I will do that after this live stream. Hello from Andover. Thanks for the vids. Thank you, Ren Marie. Go to Vultures for Black Line versus Colour. That's from D Morris 3800. Yeah, it depends on the machine. Voltages all depend on the machine, man. Like different, especially for rotaries, different machines run off different motors. Rotary machines, different rotary machines run off different motors. So it depends on the motor and what's sort of how sensitive someone's skin is, I suppose. If they've got really if they've got really sensitive skin, I tend to turn it down a tiny bit, a couple volts or like a volt or something, just to sort of save the skin. But for the inkjet, for the machines I use for the inkjector, I think it's been so long now I've used it. I think it's about 10 volts, 10.5 volts. And then the FKI and Spectra Ajax machine, I am using that at 9.5 to 9.8. I don't really go into the 10s because I think it's, and if they've got sensitive skin, I'll probably stick at 9.2 maybe. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's what I do. How much? So Charles Battle says, how much hard do you stretch the skin? It's hard to explain. I sort of just try and stretch it as much as I can comfortably stretch it with my hand. I don't try and like really stretch it out, because if you do stretch the skin too much, you can start to rip the skin when you're tattooing. That's something that some people don't tell you. You can start to rip the skin if you overstretch the skin. If I'm doing a forearm, for instance, if I'm doing a forearm like this, and then I'm tattooing a forearm, blah, 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 but because I don't really tend to stretch it too much, I just pull down on the skin a bit, because it's quite stretched when the forearm is extended, even up here as well. But yeah, arms are quite easy to tattoo that way, which is why I think it is easier to tattoo, because you don't have to stretch the skin as much, because it's already kind of tight skin. So that's one of the things that I like about arms and doing arms, is that, yeah, you don't really have to stretch the skin too much. But if you stretch the skin, you can overstretch the skin. So just be careful of that, because you can rip the skin and it will then heal like shit, and scar in some cases. So if you understretch the skin, you risk the needle not penetrating consistently to make a consistent line or consistent shade. If you understretch the skin, you can snag the needle, which is annoying. It disrupts the flow, and it can just, you know, sometimes leave a hole in the skin if it snags, if the needle snags. And yeah, so you sort of have to stretch the skin every time you do put the needle in, but just be wary of where you're stretching. So there's different parts that you would have to stretch. Next, it depends on the person's skin, because people have different elasticity in their skin. I've got quite hard skin, so you don't have to stretch my skin too much. Necks and like these areas here, again, I don't really have like stretchy skin, so it'd be quite easy to tattoo my skin, and I'm really pale as well. So, but I have tattooed people with really stretchy skin, and I'm like, wow, I really have to put some stretch into this to let it, you know, to stretch it out. So yeah, just be careful really to not overstretch the skin. Don't go crazy hard where you're like this, like, you know what I mean, like trying to like really stretch the skin. Just sort of, as long as it's stretched out enough where you sort of feel the bite of the skin stretch. It's hard to explain, but like when you stretch the skin, I'm trying to explain this as much as possible. When you're trying to stretch the skin, you can overstretch it like that, and then you can understretch it where you don't stretch it enough, and that's where it's still loose. But then if you stretch it and you just feel it bite, that's kind of the perfect stretch. You can normally stretch the skin until you feel it bite. Like here, you can't because it's quite tough skin, so you'll never feel it bite because you don't really need to stretch it. But here, you can overstretch the skin where if I was to overstretch the skin, it would start to rip, and it actually has a bit in there. It's healed a bit crap in there, but obviously because I'm always bending my arms, so you can see it, you can see where it's healed a bit. Just needs a bit of a touch up. But yeah, no, that's, yeah, sorry if I went OTT with that, Charles, but yeah, you can overstretch skin, basically, is what I'm saying. Marked boy, how are you doing, mate? I'm very well. Hand speed, yeah, hand speed is always a good thing. Tom FXBB says that. Don't forget about hand speed, 100%. Hand speed is definitely very, very, very important. Probably one of the most important things in tattooing is hand speed. If you go too fast, ink won't it will struggle to settle it into the skin and penetrate the skin enough. If you go too slow, you risk overworking the skin. That's like really slow. That's like hardly moving. You do want to go slow with hand speed because it allows it, as long as the machine's not super high, you won't damage the skin, but you want to go slow to allow the ink to settle in, you know. That looks weird. Oh, that's right. Right, let's have a look. Oh, okay, Adam Scott says, I was just wondering if someone comes in and asks for a face or neck tattoo and they're young with not many tats, do you ever refuse to tattoo? And that's a good question. I will say it hurts. And I'll say what job you have. If they have a office job and they're just going through a bit of a crazy time in their life and they come and they want a face tattoo, I'm like, like maybe go away for a week or 2 weeks or a month and think about it. Think about the decision you're making, because it is a massive decision, and it's actually life-changing. We live in a society where we are judged, so you could be the best